state of Maharashtra will be Narendra Modi's first litmus test, not just in the upcoming assembly polls, but even in the shape and form of realignments that may or may not take place. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo Story. Today, Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray and the Congress's Prithviraj Chavan have held a joint press meet making an obvious statement about political unity. Amid rumors and speculations that the BJP would at some point try to court and woo Uddhav Thackeray. Instead, Uddhav Thackeray made it clear that he was not interested in realigning specifically with the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena. Now remember, all of this is happening at a time when Ratan Sharda, RSS leader, in fact wrote that the BJP made a cardinal error in joining hands with Ajit Pawar's NCP. Is the BJP getting set to dump that particular alliance? There's a lot to talk about as we look at the shifting sands of Maharashtra and what might and might not happen next. Let's introduce our guest on the program today. Asif, Bhamla, senior leader of the BJP, is with us. Tejas, Mehta, senior journalist, is with us. And also joining us is Tehseen, Poonawalla, who's from Maharashtra, but is, of course, also a Congress supporter. Let me actually start by playing out what Uddhav Thackeray said today. Uddhav Thackeray was asked many questions about possible reunions, realignments, and he kept it general. He didn't close the door on those who may want to join them. But this is what he said. Take a look.
जितने लोग हमारे साथ अभी रहे और उन्होंने संघर्ष किया, हम उनको लेकर आगे जाएंगे। और कुछ लोग अगर आना चाहते हैं, सिर्फ ये या वो ऐसे नहीं, तो खींचातानी किए बिना अगर वो आना चाहते हैं तो देखेंगे। लेकिन मैं जिसका नाम आपने लिया वो नाम लेकर मैं कुछ नहीं कहना चाहता, मैं जनरल बात कर रहा हूं।
So, what do we make of that? I'll start with you, Tehseen. We hope to have Seema, Malik of the NCP, Sharad Pawar also joining us. I think she's having connection network issues. What do you make of what's happening? What's going on?
Maharashtra politics is murky. We all know that. It's strange. We all know that. Personally, I vote for the Congress and I don't like the NCP or the Shiv Sena, either faction. So I've always been very clear on that. These are the parties why the Congress has got weakened, in my opinion. Even in its worst position, the Congress is the #1 party in Maharashtra today after BJP because, and in areas like Vidarbha and all, it's the #1 party. It was born in Maharashtra Congress in my city of Pune, but then its first session was held in then Bombay because of the plague. So I don't know that the more NCP or Shiv Sena gets stronger, they will obviously the intention will be to weaken the Congress. Shiv Sena's votes that the Shiv Sena's got has got because it's got the Congress votes. Let's be very clear on this. So I am not a huge fan of these alliances as such. On the other hand, there is something strange happening because with the other national party, which is the BJP, you have the liability of Ajit Pawar, and Ajit Pawar is a liability. And I've told you this number of times that the hatred, the anger against the BJP was because of Ajit Pawar, particularly Ajit Pawar. So there is both these national parties, and I'm hoping for a stage, personally, I'm not from the Congress, that both Congress and BJP can fight Maharashtra. These parties, can figure their own things out. That's what I'm ideally hoping for.
Now, I want to just, before I open this up, Tehseen, go to your comment about your not being a fan of either the Shiv Sena or the NCP, either faction.
Yeah.
And your argument, and I can see Dr. Seema Malik of the NCP joining us. I hope you can hear us, ma'am. Your argument is that these parties have weakened the Congress. Are you actually saying that left to yourself as a Congress supporter, as a political analyst, and looking at the last numbers where the Congress has done unexpectedly well, but we don't know if it would have done well had it not been in alliance? We don't know. We don't know. Hang on.
No.
Are you saying the Congress should go it alone?
The Congress NCP would have done well. They didn't. The Shiv Sena only got the Congress votes. You see. Again, I'm saying, and so it's a paradox. The Congress NCP would have done very well even without the Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena has done well because of the Congress. But the paradox is the NCP is the party that's weakened the Congress. It's a massive paradox. So Ajit Pawar today is in. It's actually, I see it that way. Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar were very okay with Congress getting weakened, even while they were in alliance with Congress. All these leaders in NCP are Congress leaders. Who are they? And Ajit Pawar would regularly poach Congress leaders while they were in an alliance in the then UPA. I told you this and I'm telling you this again. What you guys are seeing now in Delhi is not a new phenomenon. I've seen it in 2008 in Pune. Ajit Pawar did something called a Pune pattern. to keep Congress out of power in the Pune Municipal Corporation, they formed an alliance with the BJP and Shiv Sena then in 2008. And hold on, NCP was in partnership with Congress, not just in India, in the center, not just in the state, but also in local bodies. And yet they kept Congress out. And then Sharad Pawar ji would say, oh, I'm not aware of it. So I've seen all of it. What's happening now is now Delhi seeing it. So this politics I've seen. Similarly with the Shiv Sena, I've seen all of these politics happen. And the reason, even if you look at from the BJP point of view, core BJP voters, I think I told you this once, who are originally Congress voters, moved to the BJP because they wanted to move away from the NCP faction. Now the same NCP is back with the BJP. They moved away. So Congress, BJP have a good future in Maharashtra. If these regional parties that are aligned together for short-term power, you can figure them out, you be with them for some time, but eventually should be the two national parties. I'm not a fan of these regional parties at all. I'm very clear. I also have one question. Uddhav ji doesn't close the doors. That's true. He was chief minister. He didn't even know his own police were escorting his MLAs out. He didn't know that as chief minister. His own police. And who was the first person who gave Devendra Fadnavis a clean sheet? Ajit Pawar. I was on your show that day. I told you this, Barkha. Ajit Pawar first said, no, it's not Devendra Fadnavis' fault. Who didn't allow the speaker? Somebody I wanted was almost finalized for a speaker. It was done. Who stalled that 3-day session? Ajit Pawar. So otherwise there would have been a Congress speaker. It would have been difficult for them to do that. What was the first battle they won? They won the speaker battle.
Right.
So all of this I've seen. I've seen all of this, and you can say it's too many coincidences, but there are too many coincidences.
So hang on. Before I go to Dr. Seema Malik of the NCP, what are you suggesting? You're saying the Congress should not trust Uddhav Thackeray?
No. You are in an alliance. You got to be good with your alliance partners, especially Pawar Saab now, because he has lost a lot. So his options are limited. But don't think that this vote is for Uddhav Thackeray's sympathy. It is a Congress vote. Let me be brutally honest. It is the Congress NCP vote, Western Maharashtra Congress NCP vote, rest of Maharashtra Congress vote that has gone to Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena won because of there's been a consolidation of a group of Congress voters. I don't want to get into the specifics. A group have consolidated behind Congress and they voted Shiv Sena. That group, had Shiv Sena been on its own, would not have voted Shiv Sena. Tell Shiv Sena to fight on its own. And Shiv Sena today is saying they don't have a party, they don't have a symbol. And let me ask you a simple question. If the Prime Minister calls up Uddhav Thackeray tomorrow and says, look, Aditya can be a minister, I'm saying he didn't close the doors, did he? I know Rahul Gandhi will close the doors. You tell me, Barkha, you're a senior journalist and you're somebody I respect. Rahul Gandhi won't go there with Narendra Modi ji. Can you say the same with conviction about Uddhav Thackeray ji? If you can, I'll take my word back. Tejas is here. Ask him. If he says, if Prime Minister calls up Uddhav Thackeray and says, Environment Minister will be Aditya Thackeray, will that door firmly be shut? Is it? I hope I'm wrong.
Tejas, what do you say before I get Seema ji in? I think that Tehseen is making a couple of important points. One, this is not a sympathy vote for Uddhav as is being described. It is the Congress has done. Congress's strike rate has been better than that of Uddhav Thackeray. Point one. Point two, these regional parties are appendages. They are not the main battle. Congress needs to eventually build itself or rebuild itself in Maharashtra. Three, Aditya Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray could yet, on a good offer, switch sides. That Tehseen Poonawalla's claim. The BJP also hopes that, I think, at this point. What do you say?
Well, I mean, Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar are great examples of the revolving door in politics where, nothing is ever, shut. I mean, it's always open to anybody.
Yeah.
It just has to be the right time and the right opportunity to, you join hands. I mean, Mehbooba Mufti and the BJP join hands. Who can ever forget that? So I don't, deny the fact that, Uddhav Thackeray and the UBT Sena could once again be part of, Sharad Pawar's, part of the BJP alliance. And I think what really, where Tehseen was absolutely right is the BJP voters were really, really upset with the BJP for once again aligning with the NCP, getting Ajit Pawar, Mr. Bhujbal, and also from the Congress, you have, the former Chief Minister, Mr. Ashok Chauhan. All these three characters, in that sense, political characters and senior players in as far as the opposition was concerned, were, accused of corruption. And that key issue is, and Ratan Sharda is right, where he says that, the BJP, did a real harakiri there by, tarnishing their, own brand image in Maharashtra. Because as far as splitting the Shiv Sena was concerned, it was still okay. Because, it was still part of the same Hindutva alliance. It was still fine. But splitting the SP and then getting them in your own alliance, I think that's where it all fell flat for the BJP and the BJP and the Shinde Sena. Now, as far as looking at the sympathy vote is concerned, I mean, I'm just looking at the seats which they contested against each other. If you look at Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena and Shinde Sena, they've contested 13 seats. 7 Shinde Sena has won, and 6 Uddhav Thackeray has won. So I mean, it's equally split almost, but it doesn't really show a great faith or sympathy for Uddhav Thackeray. If that was the case, then many others would have got far more seats, except for Mumbai, where in their gut, in their stronghold, they have managed to hold on to those four seats and get more actually than last time. But overall, the numbers have really fallen by half. So they are not going to be exactly in the greatest of positions come November, because by then Sharad Pawar will be calling the shots, and he will be saying that, listen, I mean, the latest results show that you have hardly won any seat, you're not that popular, and therefore you should be contesting far less seats as far as the assembly elections are concerned. So I think these are serious questions. The big question, of course, for the Shiv Sena is that okay, what I mean, they're concerned only about the election now in November, assembly election, because 2029 is too far, and by then things would change. We don't even know if Prime Minister Modi would be contesting again, so that's a different ball game. But I think they are more concerned about 2000 the current elections in Maharashtra.
Sharad Pawar will be calling the shots, and Sharad Pawar has made a statement saying that his next aim for the NCP is to take over Maharashtra. I'm sure Tehseen has something to say about it. Seema ji will have something to say about it. But when you say Sharad Pawar will be calling the shots, once again, Bhamla ji, 1 minute. What do you mean by that, Tejas?
I mean, he has been doing that for the last several years. Whenever the Mahavikas Aghadi MVA government was in Maharashtra, he was the one calling the shots. He was the one who had engineered, in a sense, I mean, he was the go-between between the Congress and the, between Uddhav Thackeray also, because they are, once again, totally opposing ideologies. So in that sense, Sharad Pawar has the benefit of not having such a strong ideology, which is, where he can't switch sides, and it doesn't, surprises somebody. It doesn't surprise many people when he switches sides, or his party switches sides, because the ideology is not that strong compared to the other two, extremes we see in Maharashtra. So I think,
sorry. No, Tehseen has a brief interjection, then Seema ji, and then Asif Bhamla. Tehseen, briefly, please. The others have been waiting to speak.
Tejas is right, and there is one, and I always found this as an error with the Congress. Again, I love the Congress, so I found an error that they keep going to Mr. Pawar for guidance. I mean, his vested interest is to finish Congress. Now, I'll tell you one example. Tejas will bear, when we had the MBA government, all files over 1 crore used to go to Ajit Pawar. So ministers who are Congress ministers had to stand outside Ajit Pawar's office. Why? Who's he? And did Mr. Sharad Pawar not know this? Why would he sign the Congress minister's file? NCP ki karo na file. And if Uddhav Thackeray is okay, unki saro sign. Congress walo ki ko kar rahe ho aap sign? So, where were the funds allocated? He was finance. He would give it to NCP MLAs who had lost the election. I'm telling you, somebody I wanted should become speaker because he was Maratha from Pune, didn't become speaker. Who stalled that session? Mr. Pawar didn't know about this. You can now say, of course, what's happened with Mr. Pawar is wrong. I sympathize. It shouldn't happen. But you're telling me all this Mr. Pawar didn't know. That Ajit Pawar, all time files above 1 crore used to go to Ajit Pawar. Why? Ask him, Tejas is there. People who I know, ministers are standing outside Ajit Pawar's. Why? It's a fact.
Seema ji?
He would change commissioners, he would change anyone in Pune, in Bombay. And it's not, even when Pune, Congress ruled, was the MP, and it was in government in the corporation, he would fight against the sitting MP. See those paper clips from those times. Mr. Pawar didn't know those things that he did. It's true. Look at how much he had as the MP.
Okay, let me bring in Seema Malik now. Seema Malik, go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to Tehseen, and I'm first of all, I would like to thank you for calling me for your show. See, the way he's talking, I don't know why he's talking like that. And one has to understand that the Sharad Pawar sir is the tallest leader of this country, and many people come for an advice to him. And I don't know why he's talking in this manner. And see, said there are many things he said, and I would like to tell you that we are, he's an architect of NDA, and we are all together, and of course we'll fight the election together. So there's no
Will you
point in
take back?
talking.
Will your party take back Ajit Pawar? Will your party?
Uh,
Hang
yeah,
on, hang on. Will your party take back Ajit Pawar?
friends today, and I think they said that they won't take and all those things. But of course, nobody knows what will happen in the future, and of course, we will go together with our own people, and the people have raised eyebrows on the Sumitra Pawar's this thing nomination, and all these things are there. We know about the. You have already discussed this thing. You know that. um the article in the Organiser, and of course, like people are talking about that, and this should be, I think, it should be talked also,
Okay,
and
Tejas has an
and
interjection. Yeah, 1 minute, ma'am. Tejas,
yes,
Tejas.
Just 30
yeah.
seconds. I think the you're seeing what's happening in the NCP, the current NCP, which is Ajit Pawar's, where you're seeing people being upset with they're not getting a seat in the government, and MOS they wanted that Mr. Praful Patel is saying is demotion. I mean, what are the number of seats you have won, and out of one you want what you want a cabinet ministry. And first of all, the word demotion doesn't even exist, but let that pass. But I mean, as far as the NCP is concerned, they have very little wriggle room. Ajit Pawar's faction has very little wriggle room, given the fact that they have so many cases against them.
Okay.
They move sides, and all those cases open up again. So I don't think they're going to go.
Do you see do you see Tejas Ajit Pawar going back to Sharad Pawar, and that will buttress Tehseen's argument that you never know what Sharad Pawar is up to? What do you
Yeah,
see?
I mean, I see two possibilities. One, of course, before this government continues till the end, to complete the term, and they don't contest together. That's happened even with when in before also, when all the four parties contested, individually. Or I think there could be president's rule. They'll dissolve it, and then once again they start killing. There's a huge demand in Maharashtra that the BJP should go alone, like Tehseen is saying that Congress should go alone also, and then see what really happens. Because the mess which the BJP has made, I mean, that's the truth about all the current situation.
Okay.
I think they want to reverse that. That's what the RSS also is
So,
trying, by indicating that NCP is not where we are heading together.
Asif Bhamla, now that the RSS has said it, are you willing to see it?
Well, RSS does have its point, and certainly in these elections there was some political arithmetic which got disturbed, but we have fared badly, but we are not out of the game. Let me put this very, very clear to you, and let me tell you that every election is a different election. Okay, I understand that there are a lot of people who are blowing a lot of trumpet, but let me also submit that the BJP and Mahayuti has been blessed with a sizable number of votes. There were big anti-votes that have consolidated in a big way against us, but we lost, with less than 4% in 6 seats, and we lost with about 2 to 6,000 votes in a few more seats also. But anyways, winning and losing is part of the game, and what's won is won. I congratulate all my friends who won, and of course there is there's a large scale manthan that is happening in and within the party. And of course you will see that we will be coming out with a strategy. To an extent that Devendraji was the first man to offer his resignation. That is the opening of a manthan, which never normally happens in any other party, as we've seen in the past. Now that you've given me as a last person from the ruling party who's come here for the third time after Pandit Nehruji in power in the country, at least give me a little more extra time to submit myself. So going back to the situation, the situation is that there were things that went against us. Of course, a very good narrative that they
But should
campaigned.
you? But are you? You know, answer my question. Did you make a mistake? Please answer the question. Did you make a mistake in joining hands with a man that your party had accused of grave corruption? The Prime Minister himself targeted Ajit Pawar for the irrigation scam. A few days later, he was in your camp. Now he's somebody neither side wants.
Well, he's still with us. I mean, we will not certainly, as of now, till the official, if there's anything official, we will not disown things. But I mean, that's something for the party to decide. I as a spokesperson, is none in my jurisdiction. Tehseen knows how things works in parties. But like how Tehseen also mentioned that how people are trusted. There is so much of rumbling, and if you see, there is so much of simmering discontent within the MB itself. It's not all well there. You see what's happening with Vishal Patil's victory in Sangli. Like Tehseen mentioned, and I will agree with him that the Uddhavji announced his four candidates already for the assembly. तो आज इनमें भी इतना सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है, ये समझना योग्य नहीं है. लेकिन ठीक है, कुछ चीजें जो I would like to illustrate few things where we fell short. One was the Maratha Arakshan, which was very badly put out by the opposition in a way that it is something for which we are responsible, though that's the court's responsibility. A. B, I would like to say संविधान. Testing, give me few more seconds. संविधान का विषय, अरे ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे हम संविधान के दुश्मन है. वहां उस शहर में, उस राज्य में जहाँ संविधान नहीं था, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने और बीजेपी ने वहां संविधान लेके आया जम्मू और कश्मीर में, और हम संविधान मिटाने जा रहे हैं. तो ये तमाम जो चीजें हैं उसको विपक्ष ने जो डिजिटल मीडिया में बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इसको पिरोया, और लोगों ने इसको खरीदा. ये बात महत्व की है, इस पे मैं इनकार नहीं करता हूं. लेकिन ठीक है, हो सकता है कुछ हमारी भी चीजें अगर गलत हो, लोगों ने खरीद लिया. आज उनकी चीजें people have bought it, but let me tell you, we have fared badly, but we are in the game, and with this lessons we will be more confident, and which the MVA is now overconfident. They will see that.
Okay. Before I take last comments from Tehseen and Tejas, Dr. Malik, I'm going to ask you the same question. I asked Mr. Bhamla, did they make a mistake in tying hands with Ajit Pawar? I ask you, would Sharad Pawar want his family to become reunited, or is that door closed, or do you not know? Seema ji, wait, let me just...
I don't think he want. It's a family affair or something. It is a total thing. It is a national thing. It's a political affair. So the family and I think the politics is something very different, and it is nothing like this. Like he'll take back because he's a family or something. And of course they will take a decision which is good for everyone, or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do, but see what you look at the BJP, what they do and what they have done, and this was so I must say this is something very I don't know. I don't want to use the word, but see, what they have done. Everybody knows about their washing machine. They have called a person. They have broken the parties, and they have done all these things. So this is something very,
Now my question.
Nobody will.
My question now is whether this washing machine metaphor will still be a factor in the assembly elections or in the in the weeks and months to come. Tejas, let me take your last thoughts on. You said president's rule is an option. Tehseen, I'm giving you the closing word. Tejas, you said president's rule is an option. How would they justify that? They'll dissolve the assembly, call for fresh elections, basically. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I think what that helps is it gives everybody a chance to take a break and take a break and think what's best for Maharashtra, because that has been completely forgotten, all of this, and restart, as Tehseen is saying, Congress can start it alone. BJP certainly, there are a lot of people who are pushing for that. They may go into alliances, go back to the same formulation of the old NDA UPA formulation, anything. But what Maharashtra certainly needs is a break from all that confusion, and ideological realignments are important in Maharashtra. Otherwise, even within the MVA, Asif bhai is right, because everything is not fine there. I mean, look at Uddhav Thackeray's situation today. He is half the number of seats. Do you think he has enough wriggle room with a stalwart like Sharad Pawar to ask for more seats now? I mean, he got his way in the Lok Sabha elections because of the numbers he had last time. But now with this performance, with knowing where the sympathy votes lie, where the Balasaheb Thackeray sympathy votes lie, everything is now more or less clear in that sense. So I don't think he also is in a great position. So I think everything is open, but yes, Maharashtra does need some sort of rethink as to where they are heading in the next 6 months.
Tehseen, do you go with this theory? Sorry, Asif Bhamla, one brief interjection. Mr. Bhamla, can we unmute Mr. Bhamla, please? Yeah.
I would like to submit is that we are certainly down, but we are not out. If you see all the tally of the entire BJP, the entire India alliance, we are more than them. Still हमें ही लोग हम पर ही लोग प्रश्न चिन्ह उठा रहे हैं. लेकिन मैं वाजपेयी जी की एक छोटी सी बात पर एक अपनी बात क्लोज करूंगा कि क्या हार में क्या जीत में किंचित नहीं वंचित नहीं, जीवन के संघर्ष पथ पर ये भी सही है और वो भी सही है. That's all I would like to say. But we'll wait for the right time.
Okay, but ये भी सही है और वो भी सही है. मैं महाराष्ट्र के लोग कहेंगे हम मारे गए. Tehseen, Tejas is wanting to say something.
सही वक्त का इंतजार करना पड़ेगा जो आएगा.
Tejas.
No. All I'm saying is, I think all jokes apart, I think BJP has, more or less been able to hold on to their vote in Maharashtra. So it's right that and even the Congress has improved their vote. They are around 16-17%. BJP is just 1.5% down. So they have maintained that. Now I think if they get back to their older alliances or whatever else they can figure out. But as far as the people are concerned, I think ideological clarity is important, because at this time there was fatigue. They didn't want to vote because you voted something else emerged, and then something else emerged. So it's a total mess on the ground as far as the voter is concerned. He wants clarity as to who are the people going to be in my government and who are the alliances and people I'm going to vote for.
Tehseen, President's rule, you agree with Tejas?
Yes. Let's look at precedents. When Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister for the first time in 2014, again, Tejas will remember, the NCP, not Ajit Pawar, Sharad Pawar ji, ditched the alliance. They fought separately and governor's rule was imposed. Remember this history. Remember, Devendra Fadnavis in 2014 is the only chief minister in Maharashtra to have been elected by a voice vote. Kisne vote kiya? There was no distribution of the votes. Only chief minister. Let's look at history. Congress in Western Maharashtra has got weakened because Congress leaders have not been pushed majorly by BJP despite the perception. They've actually been pushed by NCP. By NCP. That's been faction. And this is Ajit Pawar ji, but Mr. Pawar has always been present there. So I don't trust anybody. There's a saying in Hindi, कि दूध का जला छाछ भी फूंक कर पीता है. So I don't trust anybody. But the fact is, look, Maharashtra deserves better. It really deserves better. And I firmly believe the Congress has a lot of sympathy in Maharashtra. So does the BJP. That's the reality. All of these other regional parties are there as assists. So there is the Ajit Pawar faction, which nobody wants now. But I don't close my doors that Mr. Pawar tie up with him, Senior Pawar. There is Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray who tomorrow may patch up. Because these 7 MPs from these Eknath Shinde MLAs may want to get re-elected, and they know the wind is blowing the Congress way. So they will come that. But the wind is blowing the Congress way. Let's be clear on this. The Congress vote bank is intact. I am using very specific words. And a particular vote bank of the Congress is not going to vote Shiv Sena without the Congress. It's not even going to vote NCP without the Congress, even if it's Mr. Pawar. Let's be extremely clear on that. Extremely clear. So the Congress leaders must understand what they have. And one last advice to my friend Asif. That is not that's not Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji's poem. That's Vardhan Mangunga Nahi. It is by another poet. It's not by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It's Suman ji's poem. It is. BJP loves to take credit for everything. Atal ji had said that poem on the floor of Parliament. It's not Atal ji's poem.
Okay,
just for
okay.
I remember hearing the floor of
Shiv Mangal Singh ji's. Shiv Mangal Singh Suman's poetry. It is not Atal ji's poetry. Atal ji wrote other poetry. Yes, he did quote him, but he did give credit to Sumanji. Sumanji is what he wrote the poem under. Vardhan Mangunga नहीं the poem.
इतना leverage तो हमें लेना चाहिए कम से कम.
नहीं, कभी भी किसी का credit नहीं लेना चाहिए. कभी भी नहीं. Artist का credit नहीं लेना चाहिए.
Okay, it's nice. It's nice to end a political show with a disagreement on poetry instead of everything else. Maharashtra is really the mother of all battles. It's been defying all predictions. We leave it there. Tejas, Seema, Malik, Tejas, Mehta, Seema, Malik, Asif, Bhamla, and Tehseen, Poonawalla. Thank you so much, and to our audience, thanks, and have a great week. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work.
If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.